Aki on him, goes off the Hampton screen for a three. Welcome to Vancouver, young man. I hope you're here for a while. Bang! There's Andre Murray.
Oh, count it.
Wow. Andre 3000, bring that cape on. You are Superman. And welcome to Clark College, the O'Connell Sports Complex. Stuff that happens every so often. This summer, every summer. Vancouver Volcano basketball. Good evening from Beyond the Eye production. Mike Koreski with you, and with me, my wingman, Google Gary Akiyama. We have the Vancouver Volcanoes tonight, and we also have the Salem Sabers, a rematch of a game last weekend. Good stuff, Gary. Talk to me about the matchup tonight, and talk to me about Salem a little bit. You've been calling them a dark horse all year, and now you can tell us why.
Well, they're a dark horse because they're 2-4, but don't let that record deceive you. Because Tuesday night they were over at Portland and upset them 110-99. So they're talking to Joe Navarro before the game. The coach said they're probably one of the hottest teams right now in the IBL. And he said if we don't get our act together early in this game, it could be a long game. But he did say it's going to be a hard-fought battle. So we know from the last time we played 140 to 126, and two of the stars of each team, Andre Murray with 43, Jeff Dunn with 43. So it was pretty hot game.
Yeah, Jeff, get her done. He was on fire from the three-point range. He was amazing. He would just get past half court and he'd let it fly.
Yeah, and so of course he boosted his scoring average big time. Before the game he was only coming into the season averaging 10 points a game, and now he's well over double that at least.
Yeah, exactly. So when he gets it moving, as he has a few years ago when Salem was first in the IBL, he was scoring about 30 a night. So he was kind of back to the old days last weekend. So hopefully it's not a revisit tonight, even though it is 80s night here tonight at the O'Connell Sports Complex. And our music guy, Brian Clemenson, he busted out the leather pants.
Yeah, I was impressed with that. I went, holy smokes. I remember those back in the 80s, Maverick.
Yeah, I'm sure you had a pair.
Actually, I did, but you don't want to see me in those anymore.
Oh, no. Oh, Mrs. Akiyama, please dig up a photo for us. We just need a Metallica shirt, and you're complete.
Yeah.
So on the Volcanoes side, speaking of the 80s, but not really, Andre 3000, Andre Murray, stupendous once again last weekend.
Yeah, he is having, as we have been nicknaming it, the Picasso season, because he's just painting a picture in every category. Scoring, assists, steals. He's doing it all this season, and lost all that weight, and he is just dynamite right now.
Yeah, just about 30 pounds. He had a very rigorous off-season workout in LA, doing the MMA style training, changing his diet up a little bit, and the mental mindset, Gary, is just fabulous that he's brought here this year.
Yeah, he's just untouchable right now.
And in the meantime, we are going to listen to the national anthem.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight
back, the O'Connell Sports Complex. We're going to look at the starting lineups while they're being announced. And in the meantime, Gary, talk to me a little more. We're getting ready for the postseason. It was just announced today that it's going to be right here at the O'Connell Sports Complex, which is great news for us because the last time the Volcanoes hosted this tournament took the whole thing back in 2011. So can we make it yesterday once more?
Well, we're going to sort of try June 28th and 29th. And like Andre said, we got to defend the castle, and it's back home again. So I think our odds, when I heard that news, our odds went up significantly.
Oh, very much so. When Bellingham gets in here, it's a much different kind of contest than when we go to their house.
Right. And starting lineups for the Volcanoes, we got Andre 3000 at the guard position, Cameron McCaffrey back from overseas at the guard position, Dominic Watson gets a start for the first time this season, big Calvin Hampton at 6'10 center, and then Brian Morris, the big D, 6'9 forward.
That's right. And as we go through the Volcano starting lineups, Gary, a couple of different things you're going to be seeing. Cameron McCaffrey, our newest addition from last week with the long journey back to Vancouver. He'll be with us his third game with the franchise. You'll see Calvin Hampton tonight. Very consistent year, 50.5 points, almost 10 boards a game. And Brian Morris, he's settling in really nice. The big power forward from Humboldt State.
Yeah, Brian Morris, 21-point average and almost 12 ribbies a game and almost 4 assists a game. So for a big guy, he can shoot the three, but he can also distribute it if you're open.
That's correct. So Dominique Watson as well, starting tonight, should be pretty solid. He's a highlight reel waiting to happen.
Yeah. His, his dunks and his height that he gets up in the air is probably the tallest, vertical leap I've seen in the league all year.
Very nice. So, yeah, like we talked about, Gary, last week it was 140 to 126 in favor of the Volcanoes. And what do you think we'll be looking at tonight? More high scoring, or what's the tempo going to change to?
I don't think it's going to change much. I think it's going to be, all out from both teams. Both teams are going to try to establish their running game early, and we just need to come out with a fast start. I'm looking at, to win this game, we need to be battling underneath the boards, but we need to react quickly in the transition game.
And we also have former Volcano Damon King on the bench there for Salem. Talk to us a bit about our old friend.
Our old friend Damon King, boy, he was playing overseas. He was in China for a long time. Then we picked him up that season a few years ago, and then he's added nothing but pleasantries for the Sabers because his experience and his tenacity and his three-point capabilities, also driving through the hoop, he's very dangerous.
Yes, we had him, he was with Salem 2 years ago, and then I think we had him the year before, I think it was, or 2010, and then he was actually with us like our first season or so,
right,
back in 2004 for a little bit. So he's well-traveled around the IBL, and a class act all the way.
Yeah, he's going to be a nice addition to this team. So Salem, once again, picking up players and beefing up their lineup, making a run for the playoffs.
Well, one thing that's really interesting about Salem, Gary, is they pretty much overhauled the team that came in here like the second weekend of the season. I mean, it's like Mike Taylor gone to Portland, Joe Burton gone to California, you said?
Right. Well, he's down in California. I think he will be back in time for the playoffs.
Okay. Otherwise, he was Burtoning, as I like to call it.
Right.
So Calvin Hampton gets the Volcanoes on the board. Great start for your home team, 2-0 Volcanoes. And that's Doug Lamb, number 3. Passes over to number 33, Terrence Glynn. And there's Jeff Dunn, the sharpshooter, back to Lamb. And there we go. Terrence Glynn with the 3. He likes shooting those. And then the board and the cleanup was Franz Dorsonville, the big body, number 12, 6'9", from the LNPB, Puebla Angeles. And then rounding out their starters is number 30, Tyrone White Jr. So quite a possession there, Gary. Actually, I think 4 of the guys touched the ball there, but they couldn't quite convert.
Yeah. So it's gonna be a tough game. It's gonna be, like I like to say, rock'em sock'em robots.
Oh, Gary, don't break the ice.
Hey, it's 80s night, so at least I can bring back some of the toys.
Yeah, don't break the ice, or we'll have to play a game of cootie. raise your 80s games, and I saw you one too, mister.
Oh, boy.
So here come the Sabers back. And that's Glenn going to Morris, into Morris there. And no call, but a travel. One thing was interesting there on the defense that Morris was playing on Glenn, Gary. He gave him a couple steps at the 3 line. I don't know if you do that because he can't get hot. We've seen him kind of get hot on a couple of stretches before with the 3-stroke.
Yeah, you might get away with that early in the game, but later in the game, I don't think that you're going to get away with that at all.
That's a good point. And there's Mr. Morris right there moving in on Glenn. So very nice entry pass there. And so far, so good. 4-0 Volcanoes.
Yeah, they're going to have to get off to a quick start here.
Well, and it's been a tale of 2 Dorsonvilles because Gary, because the 2 games they played against Portland and won, he's been a monster. And then when he was here last weekend, he was a mini monster.
Yeah. So I hope he's a mini monster or a tame monster tonight, because if he excels like he did in that Portland game, we're in serious trouble.
Well, you're talking a 6'9" athletic frame. He uses the hook shot, backs his man down, really solid on the block. So that's why I was surprised last weekend when he got in here, and just things like that. Shots that look good, kind of rim out, just kind of a bugaboo here in Vancouver's.
Right, absolutely.
So Dorsonville misses the first one, and now his second attempt to put Salem on the board tonight for the first time. No good. And McCaffrey wrestles that rebound from Glenn, and here come your Volcanoes. He's going to take that 3, but Glenn got his hand on it, but it goes right to Calvin Hampton. Right place, right time.
Yeah, exactly. Calvin having a great year, as we know, so it's going to help him in the All-Star balloting.
You better fill yours out, Gary. So there's Dorsonville. He hits Glenn underneath, but Glenn has to bring it back from the tall trees, and the leaner is good. So Salem's on the board. Just about 10 minutes left in the first quarter. The team's just trying to get a feel for each other at the moment.
Right. They know each other pretty well, but with this game and when you're looking for the playoffs, it's a different feel. So we'll see what happens.
So Dunn there helped on the double team because Morris had deep position, but Morris kicked it out to McCaffrey for the 3. Dunn couldn't cover that. So very nice inside-out play by the Volcanoes. And there's Dorsonville coming back. Not quite. Strong move, but away from him. Here's a fast break, and McCaffrey finishes.
Yeah, nice assist there by Dominique.
Yeah, very classic 3-on-2 break. You couldn't have planned that better in practice at the gym.
No, that was just picture perfect, as they say.
Wish I could have did that back in the day. The ball always went off my foot. Dunn got called for a travel. Not a good start for Salem, Gary, and I think a couple of the bodies getting used to each other, perhaps. And I'm not seeing the 3 ball yet. I'm really surprised.
Yeah, I am too. I would thought Jeff would have been on that right away. Another great opening there. Oh,
nice block by Glenn on Hampton. Wow, that was nice. So here comes Salem back down. Bounce pass to Dorsonville. Just went off the chest. Here comes Andre 3000. He had one hope in his mind, and it wasn't a double dribble. But that's what happens.
Yeah, just a little too quick there, and then he kind of lost his footing there. I think that's what caused that double dribble.
Well, sometimes you want to take him to 6th gear, and you just don't have it, and something happens.
Well, sometimes, believe it or not, you can be too quick, Maverick.
Yeah, exactly. You would know. So Lamb controlling it, trying to get something done there, but no. Rebound fought for and collected by Terrence Glenn. No. Dorsonville collects it. The ball is loose. Glenn's got it back, and it's in.
Finally in that 4th attempt, but that was good D.
Yeah, that was 4 red shirts to 2 in that little scrum, Gary.
Yeah.
So 11-4. Salem needed that hoop there to stop the run, and let's see if Vancouver can get another one started. There's the 3 from Brian Morris.
Nice.
He's really added that to his game, Gary. Yeah. He shoots that consistently and confidently.
Kind of reminds me a little bit of LaMarcus Aldridge with that 3 there up from the outside.
We'll take it. Well, and remember when he was here back in 2011, I really thought he was more of a Zach Randolph type when he got into the paint.
Yep.
So he's just adding NBA pieces all over the place.
Volcanoes are doing exactly what they wanted to do, get off to a rapid start and get back in transition on the defense, and they're doing both of those.
I agree, and we'll see what the bench unit looks tonight, because you have some former starters. You have Corey Largent there on the bench. You have Sidell Doyle. You have Gio Bain. You have lots of options. You still have Pip Bledsaw, a mainstay off the bench the past couple seasons, as well as a mainstay with the team for 10 years now. And you still have Adam Herman, who started a few games. So Navarro and Hunter are really trying to find that lineup that's going to click them.
Yeah. Everyone's here tonight, so I know Josh Tarver. I don't see him yet. He's
Except Josh Tarver.
Except Josh Tarver, but he should be coming.
We're waiting for him. Calvin Hampton didn't wait, though. The three I thought was going to fall, but no shooter's bounce this time. Glenn bringing it back up. He passes Murray. A one-handed floater? No. Morris collects. Here's some red shirts. But Morris pulls it back up. Going to restart it a bit. Hampton picks it up. Hampton's going to take that in off the backboard. Not quite. Dunn collects. Here we come. Oh, there's that three we were waiting for, and there's that result.
Don't get that started.
Man, 2 dribbles past half court, and up it went. Yep, Gary, start taking the stats.
Yeah, I'll start my Dunn watch.
Yes, very nice. It is a Dunn watch tonight. Steal by Doug Lamb. Let's see if he can convert. The answer is yes. Nice left-handed body protected it from the steel-minded Andre Murray.
Yeah, all of a sudden, Sabres come back only 5 down now. It's looking pretty strong there.
Yeah, I think so. 6:37 left. All of a sudden, they got a bit of a boost, and we might be getting a timeout on the floor. It looks like Salem's going to the bench, and so is Vancouver. For Salem, it's number 24, Webster Moreland, 6'6" guard from Warner Pacific, in for Terrence Glenn. And for the Canos, 32, Corey Largent from Western Carolina University, in for Dominique Watson.
Oh, on the scoreboard, it's kind of KO'd right now.
Okay, well, the shot clock came back on.
Yeah,
there it is.
Score. Is it the same score? Oh, it's the same score, Maverick.
Yeah, it is.
I thought maybe you were fiddling around with the score.
Well, our resident poltergeist didn't do his job. It's actually 14-11, Goops.
Okay.
So here we are. We're back at it. They're back. And McCaffrey was blocked by White. And bodies are falling everywhere, but Dunn recollects. Where's the Globetrotters music? And Dunn's still rolling. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my word.
Wow, that was crazy.
Left-handed.
Where was the Keystone Cop music?
Right off the bank.
Wow, Laurel and Hardy play hoops. IBL on a Friday night. It closes the gap, 14-13. And there's Morris. Moreland's right up on him. And McCaffrey looking for that post pass, but it was covered. And Morris flips it to Corey Largent in the corner. 4 seconds left on that shot clock. Largent gets it off.
Nice.
Right in there. Veteran move for the veteran IBL All-Star. So now we'll see where we're at there. There's Moreland. He's going to put it up just inside the 3-line. No. Hampton rebounds over to McCaffrey. Here we go. Cross court to Corey Largent for 3. Not quite. Dorsonville wanted the ball, but Morris wanted it more. Ooh, flip pass was deflected.
Yep.
And here comes Lamb over to White. Back to Lamb. In the corner is White for a 3. Not quite. And it's Volcano basketball. So the spacing, Gary, that's a couple of things I've noticed. More with Salem than Vancouver these first few trips down the floor this quarter. The spacing's kind of funky a little bit for Salem. There's not quite enough room in between the guys. It's not quite what you'd think it would be right now.
Right. I think that's what they're going to talk about. If you're the Sabres coach, I think he's going to recognize that right now. And then you're talking about with Brian Hunter and Joe Navarro, talking about strategy. Let's keep it up. What's working for them is the fast game, and I think overall the defense so far is pretty respectable. I can't really see a red flag right now.
I agree with you, Gary, and the scoring's a little bit less than we saw last week. But it can always change in an instant if Dunn gets hot or if Andre 3000 decides to go off.
Yeah, if you want to go from last week, Canos after the first quarter scored 30 points and the Sabres had 25.
Wow. It's not going to be a 140 to 126 ball game tonight.
Well, it doesn't appear to be as of now, but you know what happens. Anything can happen in the IBL.
That's right. It is the IBL. So also, Gary, what else are you seeing in the stat sheet so far? How are the assist numbers looking? Because last week the Volcanoes had an advantage in both games in the assist category.
They had a huge advantage, and right now, I know it's early in the game, but we have 6 assists, Sabers 1. So, you know, that ratio last game, it was about almost 10-1. If you remember, we had like 30-something, and the Sabers only had about, 10 or 12. But, yeah, so right now we're looking pretty strong.
Well, and there's that spacing I was referring to, Gary. That you can see it in the assist ratios there.
Right. Yeah.
And the other thing, too, they're really going to have to look for Dunn. They're really going to have to look for him because you can see him kind of trolling out there on the 3 line there. They're going to have to make a conscious effort to get him the ball.
Right, yeah. He has 5 points right now, and then Terrence Glenn has 6 points.
Yeah, feed the hot hand, as the saying goes, right? And there's Dunn right now with a little pull-up on the baseline. Not quite. Morris rebounds up to McCaffrey. Over to Largent. Largent's going to take that in. No.
Oh,
tip
nice.
in, Adam
Nice
Herman.
tip in. Nice tip in.
Heads up play, Mr. Herman.
Yeah, Adam coming off the bench tonight, and I think that's going to be a big advantage for us.
Yeah, Dominique Watson going to the bench. So on the floor for the Canos, you have Corey Largent, 32, Cameron McCaffrey, 20. Sidell Doyle in for McCaffrey now, number 11. 23, Andre Murray. 33, Brian Morris. 44, Adam Herman. And in for Salem, there is number 6, and that is Kyle Long. Pretty heady player last weekend, Gary. What were his numbers like versus the Volcanoes?
Well, you remember Kyle Long, he was kind of the silent assassin last week, and we didn't think much of him, and then he ends up in double figures. So watch out for Kyle Long because he'll do things very quietly.
Well, and he was kind of that backcourt glue in between the Jeff Dunn show. He was that guy who kind of held things together. And there's Dorsonville working inside. Blocked by Morris. He gets it back. No. The ball is loose. Dorsonville collects again. Going to town, but no. The town is closed.
Brian Morris doing a great job on Dorsonville.
Yeah, he is really putting the body on him there. So Doyle kicks over to Largent. And gets the pick from Morris. The pick and roll, not quite. Went off a couple Salem dudes. So into the game... back into the game for the Sabers is number 33, Terrence Glenn, in for Franz Dorsonville. And so you have 7, Jeff Dunn. You have 24, Webster Moreland. 6, Kyle Long. 33, Terrence Glenn. And number 30, Tyrone White Jr. 6'7" guard, played in France. And they picked up the ball there on the turnover, and they're coming back at you. And there's Terrence Glenn. Remember, I was telling you, that's another guy that's silent, but he can put up numbers.
Right, and to quote your famous quote, you have to have 3 players on that 3-legged stool to make it happen.
To get an IBL victory, you bet you do. And there's Brian Morris, another fantastic move inside. I tell you, he is just looking really sharp, Gary, with the inside positioning.
Right, and Andre's been pretty quiet so far for us, as he's yet to score. So hopefully he'll get going here.
Well, the assist numbers show throughout the season, Gary. He also picks times where he tries to distribute and get some more people involved. And it seems like the second quarter is when he wants to do it.
Yeah, so
that's why he missed that shot. He's waiting.
I'm not too concerned right now.
Kyle Long for the pull-up 3.
See, there's that, silent assassin.
You got it. 20 apiece now, Gary.
Yeah.
And Brian Morris breaks the tie. Very nice football pass and very nice dunk to finish. And there's Long back at it again. Oh my word.
Okay, watch out.
Oh, jeez. Wasn't that a Jeff Dunn thing?
Yeah. They're, boy, you got to watch that guy now.
Well, and all of a sudden, Gary, the points are falling.
There's Andre.
That was beautiful. What kind of angle? Did he use a slide rule to figure that out or something?
Yeah. It was almost the abacus, but he did use a slide rule on that one.
You can't do the name reversal, Gary. You are the abacus.
Oh, I tried to slip that by, you wouldn't bite.
I was actually thinking he had a protractor. He brought one out and tried to measure where he was going to lean on that shot.
There you go.
Happens all the time, right? So the Volcanoes 24-23, 2 minutes to go. And what was that first quarter score last week against them again?
First quarter score was 30-25 Canos.
Well, holy volcano, Batman. So it might be getting there.
Yeah, it's getting close.
Salem's reached it.
Yeah, they already reached it.
And taking the lead. Yikes. So Doyle was trying to get that ball into Herman, but it was deflected by the Sabers. And here comes Gio Bain in for Brian Morris, just working hard, Brian Morris tonight.
Yeah, he's been playing great D and really handling their big guys. Brian Morris, 9 points already, though, Maverick.
Well, he had a 3 there, and he had, I think, 3 post moves that were just beautiful. And there's Murray finger rolling it.
Yeah, Andre's
what did I tell you?
Yep.
It's time for him to get involved. He's the one who decides it. No one else does. And there's Moreland going hard to the hole, and he does get chucked on his way through for the first down yardage.
Thought maybe offensive, but I think Adam hurt. Was that Adam that got him?
Yeah, Adam wanted an offensive call, but he did not get it. So let's see what happens here. Salem took that lead last time down the floor. Let's see if they can equal it. And going to, their bench unit in primarily. And there's Long in the corner. Shot clock down to 6, and boy, he's going to heave that. Oh, that was too close for comfort right there. So Murray gets that extra boost. And one. Murray had speed to spare on that move.
Yep. All of a sudden, Andre had no points and now has 6 points.
And very interesting, Gary, walking right by us, Sean Jansen, head coach of the Vancouver Victory.
Yeah.
The soccer team.
The soccer team.
In the Couve.
Minor league pro soccer team.
Yeah, semi-pro soccer.
Semi-pro. I love it.
No Jackie Moon like we have, but I'm sure I'm sure he's a close second. Murray does convert to make it an and one. They play McKenzie Stadium, correct?
Yes, they do. Yeah. So
Very
nice facilities there.
Well, and Sean Jansen put some nice time in with us. So we appreciate all his efforts. Long picks off the pass from Bain. Pull up for a 3. No, Gio
wanted that
fights
one.
that thing. But the ball is loose once again. Once again, spacing, Gary.
Yep, you're right. You're really hitting it right on the mark right now for the Sabers. Their spacing is they're playing it too tight, and so they don't have any room to do the outlet pass.
Well, in that play there, Gio was the one who needed some space when he was getting the pass. Because it wasn't really an outlet pass. It was like, here's a handoff. The 2 Salem guys, unfortunately, were watching
right there.
So Doyle coming off the picks, but Murray's going to keep it himself. Not quite. Terrence Glenn with the rebound. 51 seconds to go as we close this first quarter. And there's Long. Oh, he passed up the 3, dishes over to Webster Moreland.
Yeah.
Good play by Long because he was open for that 3.
Yeah. Unselfish there.
Very nice. Cuts the lead to 2. 40 seconds left. Sidell Doyle at the point. Murray moves over to the 2, his accustomed position. And there we go. Oh, it was a no-look, but Terrence Glenn sniffed it out, and here they come. And there's Jeff Dunn for a 3. Not quite. Good close by Doyle on that, but Long picks the pass off once again, spacing. And there he is, Jeff Dunn.
That little scoop, left-handed
That was a Euro step.
Yeah.
How'd he get that?
Boy, they cleared out that side. And, wow.
29 apiece. First quarter's ending. The crowd is up, and Andre's going to keep it. 3, 2, 1. Booyah! Special delivery courtesy of Andre 3000. Hey ya! 32-29 after a quarter. Well, Gary, it ended up scoring more than last Friday's first quarter.
Yeah. Pretty close. We had 32 tonight, 30 the other night against Salem. Salem, though, exceeded from 25 to 29. So, one possession game right now. It's anyone's game.
Oh, my goodness. So, Gary, go ahead and abacus up those first quarter stats for us and see what you think. And in the meantime, while you're doing that, also we have another representative of the Victory out there with Coach Sean Jansen, and they're talking it up. Looks like some players are out on the court, and looks like they have some Victory gear with them. Nice round of applause for the guys. Soccer, growing sport. In Portland, the Timbers are doing some things. So why not in the Couve, Gary?
Absolutely.
Why not in the Couve?
You got the Blazers, and then you got us, so why not?
To my left here.
I'll let you answer that later. Answer your own question, sir. So, yeah, very good stuff. Very good that they're in there. Sean Jansen, class act. Loved him here, Director of Operations with the Volcanoes. He covered that front end. Did a really nice job with it, Gary. Always made sure it was running smoothly up in the front of the building.
Yeah, I miss him.
So, yeah, Most definitely we do. But, you know, with the Volcanoes, like we've talked about before, Gary, it's kind of a team of dreams. Like we talked about the dancers who move on to some other things, and we're next.
Okay, I hope so.
We're next.
I hope to hold you to that.
I
Not
mean,
that I don't like it here. I love it here, but, you know, time to move on.
okay, I'm going to get on Facebook and start rumors about you. But we're not too old to dream, folks, and neither should you be. So,
Absolutely.
What are you seeing there, Mr. Abacus, on the stat sheet?
Well, you know, with the lead of 3 points, I mean, really it speaks once again to the assists, where we've doubled them. We have 8, and they have 4. And then if you look at the free throw line, where we've only been to the charity line once, one-on-one, and they are 0 for 2. So really, it's the spacing, Maverick, like you've been saying, to have those assists convert into points.
Well, it's very interesting, too, with the Salem team at least. It seems like Dunn kind of took a couple steps back as far as getting involved with the ball and whatnot, but Kyle Long stepped up for them big time, gave him quite a boost. And still waiting for number 30, White Jr. to get it done there. And there's Dorsonville, nice looking jumper.
Yeah, that was smooth.
Let's move him out a little bit, I guess, then, if you're Salem.
Yeah, if you're a Saber.
Because he's had a couple of rough trips inside the paint, but then when you have like 3 Volcanoes, you know, on you, bodying you up, I guess the shot would fall off a little bit.
Well, we just hope he doesn't start to score, because he was scoreless in that first quarter, and so his first 2 points of the ball game.
Yeah, still a factor in the paint, but I'll tell you what I was really impressed with in the first quarter was Brian Morris going against Glenn there in the paint. Morris was just establishing position. And there's Gio Bain off the pass from Sidell Doyle.
Yeah, very nice move.
And like we talked about before, Sidell Doyle getting over the ankle injury and doing quite well. And Bain picks it up. Oh, volleyball tap. Over to Doyle. Flips it up to Adam Herman.
Nice play.
Beautiful little flip for Sidell Doyle. It kind of froze everybody.
Yeah, nice assist. I think, you know, his speed is deceptive. I don't think they thought he was that quick.
Oh, yeah, I thought you would love this, Gary. On the post-game interview with Sidell Doyle last week, you know where he went to college first before San Diego Christian?
I do not know.
Yakima Valley Community College.
Wow.
Go Yaks.
Yeah, wow.
My old stomping ground.
Yeah, that is.
How
Wow.
about that?
I'm impressed. Wow.
The
Yaks.
Ibble gets a Yakima connection, baby. 36-31 in favor of your Volcanoes, 10:31 left. And you're watching us Beyond the Eye production. Bob Pilata and the crew. Kind of sounds like a rap group, but that's kind of cool. They do a fantastic job. Each and every one of you guys, thank you so much for doing what you do. And you should be seeing this streaming live on YouTube, you know, barring some technical difficulties. Maybe you're seeing us but not hearing us, but then you can play the game of what we're actually saying.
There you go.
That's a game for you on a Friday night with an adult beverage. It's 39-31 Volcanoes, 10:07 left in the opening half. So, Gary, what do you think here? What does Salem need to do to reposition themselves in this ball game?
Well, I think what they need to do is just establish really their outside shooting. I'm surprised they haven't taken that many three-pointers, because that's what really carried them into the game last week.
And Dunn's still on the floor there, but Doyle's been on him, and I'll tell you, Andre Murray, when he's had his turn at him, he will not let him go.
Yeah, well, I think he learned from last game we played them, but also Dunn should know what Andre can do on defense as well. So it could be an interesting matchup.
Well, and it's interesting because Dunn, the 3 that he did hit was one where he is coming off the dribble past half court. He needs a couple of different combinations and a little bit of help to get some help on that.
Yeah.
Find a different positioning.
Nice putback there by Gio.
Yeah, very much. He has been very aggressive tonight, Gary. Maybe feeling that frame out in the middle of the key there and getting some boards. Gets a cleanup right there, too.
Right, and I think the defense by the Volcanoes, playing very good defense, preventing them from doing the three-point shooting like they did last week.
Well, and it's a game of runs, Gary. I mean, it was Salem up by a point with just a couple minutes to go in that first quarter, and here come your Volcanoes. So in the meantime, we're going to take a break, but we'll be back at you before you can say IBL. It's the Vancouver Volcanoes 41, the Salem Sabers 31. And back at you on Beyond the Eye Productions, Friday night IBL Hoops, Vancouver Volcano style. Hometown Vancouver Volcanoes versus the visiting Salem Sabers. Taking a look at local hero Adam Herman. He went to middle school at Cornerstone Christian.
Nice, very impressive.
High school at Prairie, and then college right there at Concordia. So he's put a lot of basketball in, and all in like a 25-mile radius.
Yeah, he was not far from the area here, and Joe Navarro was very, very high on him. And you know, Adam just graduated last,
Couple of weeks
ago, actually, yeah.
And here he is, a Volcano.
Yep.
That's icing on the cake, Gary.
Yep, it is.
So Webster Moreland converted on the other end there, and there goes Gio Bain for the Volcanoes once again. Putting the numbers up in his time in the lineup. Putting the numbers up. Volcanoes get it back to 10 points. And very good defense there, locking up Kyle Long. And there's Damon King in the game for the first time, former Volcano.
Oh, nice drive.
You got it. Yeah, very good ball player. Can do lots of things out there. Outside shooting, go to the basket. Yes, very good over the years.
Yeah.
Kevin West in for the Volcanoes and Pip Bloodsaw. It seems like those two have been coming in at the same time the past couple games.
They have actually, so I think there's some strategy there by Coach Navarro and Hunter.
And I'm going to rename it the Batman and Robin lineup
Okay.
because both of them combined for a steal. Doyle picks it up. Kevin in the corner. Over to Dominique for a three. Not quite. Doug Lamb gets it back.
Yeah,
the Batman and Robin lineup.
Yep. Okay, that's a good nickname. I love that one.
I like that. Well, we'll see if they keep coming in together. Oh,
Nice
Gio
block.
Bain. It's my house. My name is Gio. I don't like that shot.
Yep. Nice block.
Sabers ball.
Yeah, Dominique in there playing some great defense on Kyle Long as well. Webster Moreland amongst three Volcanoes kicks it out to Lamb. Shot clock down to 9. And Lamb
Nice
gets
block
blocked by
again.
Gio again, and that. Yep, Gio picks it up over to Pip Bloodsaw. Here come your Volcanoes. It's time for Kevin West. Woo! He gets up there, Gary. He gets up there. Wait till he gets a little bit of a run at it.
Yeah, he can sky, and of course he's Mr. Excitement to me anytime he comes in the game.
You got it. Puts the lead back up to 10. And there's Damon King working on Pip Bloodsaw. All-time IBL matchup there. Gio blocks out Dorsonville for the rebound, and here comes Sidell Doyle. And there we go for a three from Sidell. Not quite. Webster Moreland picks it up. He's taking it. Kicks it over to Lamb. Back to Dorsonville. Goes back out to King, and there's Kyle Long for a three. Not quite. Moreland with the rebound. He's going to the line.
Yep.
Scrappy Salem. Scrappy Salem.
Very scrappy.
So we already know they are going to play the Seattle Flight in the first round of the IBL playoffs on June 28th in this very gym.
That will be an interesting lineup, you know. But I'd say as of right now, I'll give that game to Salem because of the way they've been playing. I think they're peaking at the right time, Maverick.
Well, it'll be interesting because the Seattle Flight is in Bellingham tonight playing the Slam. And they almost beat us here in this building. It was only like a 3-point difference if you remember that one.
Yeah, it was closer than you thought it was going to be.
Well, and Gary, they added Will Conroy, the former Washington Husky who had a cup of coffee in the NBA. And remember, Marcellus Kemp was fabulous here when the Flight were in. So the thing is, it's your reward for winning that game is playing the Bellingham Slam like 5 hours later. So that's just like the old school tournaments, Gary.
Yeah.
Who's got next? Gio Bain might. No. And here we go with Webster Moreland. Oh, Pitt's getting his hands, and he does.
Yeah. The old
Boy,
Pipster trick.
He gets in there. I tell you, Pitt just mixes it up. I tell you, Coach Navarro just loves when he gets in the game, and he just speeds the tempo up, and he just gums up what the other team's trying to do.
Well, he tries to steal the ball or at least be a decoy, and you know how he does his insurance play on the out-of-bounds play.
Mm-hmm.
And the young Bucks would not expect that, and they don't expect it, and that's why Pips is so valuable in there.
Well, and the old Elks don't know what to think either when he gets in there.
Okay.
But yeah, he adds an element to it, Gary, that's just phenomenal. So you're Joe Becerra right now. What are you telling your squad?
Well, I think what you're telling your squad is we got to get back in transition a lot better, and we got to run our plays And I can't believe yet, I'm looking at the shot chart here, and most of the shots are in the paint or in the perimeter. Not too many from the outside shots, really, that they've taken so far for the game. I think they need to get that going to, have a chance to win this game.
I really do. That was such a big part of their game last week, especially when Dunn was hitting it, because it really opened things up for the penetration to the basket.
Absolutely, yeah. When Dunn's outside shooting, and that's going to force the defense to come out, or someone's going to have to come out on them. And so far this game, we really been playing pretty tight in the paint and defending well, and good thing Salem hasn't figured that out yet.
And Becerra talking to Lamb there. I think he's also trying to find the right combo of guys out there. Remember last week, the third quarter, he had like 3 or 4 bench guys in with Dunn, and all of a sudden it started clicking.
Right.
Kyle Long started getting it going, and it's just, you never know what's going to click on a given night, I suppose.
Yeah. The third quarter was really what propelled Salem to give a good shot at winning the game.
And there's Kano. Speaking of who let the dogs out. Is it Jake Carlisle?
Well,
that's the $1 million question.
I'm looking across the way, and I don't see Jake doing the radio game. Maverick.
Yeah, Gary started a rumor about 3 or 4 years ago, because when Jake wasn't playing on the roster, it seemed like the nights he was here watching, there was no Kano, but the nights he wasn't here in attendance, there was Kano. So Gary threw it out there, Jake. You need to get on him about this.
Okay, Jake, you take that with a grain of salt. Thanks a lot, Maverick.
As we all do. Volcanoes have the ball and the lead by 9. Dominique Watson pulls that back over to Cameron McCaffrey. Flips across court. Pip Bloodsaw, he sees an open lane. And it came off him. Dorsonville got his hand on it, and then the ball went jiggity.
You know what? I think that's the first time you have said that word all season.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for that, and by golly, the second to the last game you say that.
I was hoping you'd catch that. So Webster Moreland with the left through the traffic, not quite. Murray picks that back. Alley-oop! Kevon was going to ride that magic carpet, but not quite yet.
Out.
So back at you, though, Webster Moreland. He's got hops.
Yeah, we got to respect the Sabers, because now when the transition game, we have to pick that up again.
So McCaffrey back to Murray. Let's see what happens. Comes off that pick by West. A little lean. No. Long picks it up. Long pass to Damon King. West pulls out on him. Lamb's got it. And there's Damon King. Murray picks up on him. And needs some movement there. Gets it over to Webster Moreland. Gets a shot off, and it's in.
Wow, watch out, Maverick.
Yeah, it's down to 5. Just when you think things are safe, they're not.
No.
And so why do you think Salem's been able to claw in? And also, you got 3 starters coming back.
Well, Salem's been running their transition game very nicely, and we haven't been reacting defending that transition game. So, that's why they're scoring all of a sudden.
Kevin West with the shot clock going down. No. Moreland rebounds over to Doug Lamb. Good defense by the Volcanoes there, though, getting back. Lamb kicks it over to Damon King. Back to Franz Dorsonville. Nice play. He got Gio up and under.
Yeah, and Salem, I know, they're moving the ball well. They're really, split-second passes, and we're just not reacting to that right now.
The ball seems to be moving a little more crisp.
Oh, great.
Definitely.
Yeah, a lot better.
So it looks like coming into the game for the Sabres here pretty soon. Number 30, which is Tyrone White Jr., 7 Jeff Dunn, 33 Terrence Glenn. Getting ready, and I'm sure Becerra's pretty happy right now, because you put the bulk of your starters on the bench and you close the gap even.
Yeah, they close the gap, 4 points right now, and there we go. So they're going to go 100% in this 4:43 left. It's going to be all out.
And Morris going into the ball game for Kevin West. So they're going to a little bit of a bigger lineup there. Actually, 2 big men and 3 guards now, not 1 and 4. That's the one thing, folks, you'll see with the IBL. Don't be surprised if you have one guy 6'7" playing the post for a few minutes.
Right.
It is a guard league in a shooter's league. Cameron McCaffrey bringing it back down with a 3-point lead. Bain flips it to Andre Murray for the 3. Shot is off. White rebounds. Here come the Sabers. Nice bounce pass to Doug Lamb. He runs that baseline, flips it over. Terrence Glenn working it. Shot clock getting down to 10 seconds. Jeff Dunn, he's wanting Dorsonville to give him a screen. He wants to let that thing fly, and he sure does.
And it goes in.
Old school, man. That was like set shot Bob Cousy action.
Yeah. We could have called that play. You knew exactly what was going to happen.
Oh, yeah. That would look like a backyard play, man.
Yeah.
That's what that looked like with this shot.
Right.
And that was from a 3, too.
Right.
Off of 1 foot with the knee up. So, Andre Murray's got it, though. 8 seconds to go off that screen by Morris. Flips down to Gio.
Nice assist.
Two-handed flush. Volcanoes by 2, 3:41 left in your first half. So Dunn once again motioning for a screen. He's got 2 to pick from.
Got a screen again.
And there he goes again.
Oh, boy, gets the bounce.
Shooter bounce right there.
Yeah.
That's the definition of it.
They're going to have to recognize that when Jeff calls that play, their big center just automatically sets that screen right in front of Andre.
Oh, yeah. Well, that time he had 2 to pick from
Yeah.
on either side. But there goes Cameron McCaffrey.
Nice
very
reverse.
deceptively can get to the basket. And the Volcanoes come back up by 1, and there is White Jr. converts.
Boy.
He converts. Big
told
things
you.
expected from him as well.
They were going to go all out. They have.
Well, Murray can't convert that one, and here come the Sabers. Doug Lamb pushing up. Pip Bloodsaw right on Jeff Dunn. He's not going to let him get that off there. Dorsonville out at the 3. Has to dribble.
Whoa. Did Gio commit that? Or?
Yeah, they're calling Gio. You got it.
Yep.
That was kind of different.
Yeah, that was a little different play.
Yeah, kind of a takedown and kind of a slide, and
Right.
That was different. But that's what you get here in the Ibble. We are different.
Yeah, Salem just really putting on the heat now. They're going all out. When it was 4:43 left, I thought that they're going to go for broke here, and by golly, they're just running it.
Well, and take us back in that time machine a week ago. What was it at halftime?
Halftime score was actually, we were way ahead, 70 to 56.
Well, remember that was the Andre Murray quarter where
Yeah.
he just went ballistic.
Yeah.
And that hasn't happened tonight. Dorsonville does get the first one in, though. Salem up by 2. That's probably been the biggest key tonight, as Murray hasn't quite got the points rolling.
Right, yeah. Andre was in the 20-something, at halftime. He only has 10 right now, so give Salem credit where credit is due for putting the stops on them.
So Dorsonville with the second one. He converts. Very nice looking stroke there. He got the confidence off the first one. 52-49 Sabers. Let's see what happens here. So it's McCaffrey, Murray, Bain, Morris, and Herman on the floor for the Canos. And there's Morris, the battle of 33s again. He had really good success with this matchup in the first quarter. He kicks it back to Caffrey for another 3. And that's a sign of that success because once again they sagged on him. McCaffrey cut. That's the second time Morris has found him tonight for that open 3.
Yeah, and if Andre's not open, Cameron McCaffrey is more than capable of hitting that 3.
Certainly. And once again, such an interesting story for Cameron McCaffrey to get here even.
Yeah, 46 hours.
Playing by the Black Sea in the Republic of Georgia, correct?
Yeah, very good memory.
Well, it's only a week. Give me a couple more weeks, and I'll be like, who's that guy again? Cameron, whatever. Cameron, whatever.
Couple more weeks, man. We're in the playoffs, baby.
Playoffs? What are those? Jeff Dunn for a 3, not quite. And I think it was because he actually was on 2 feet that time. He couldn't hit that one, but there he goes.
Oh, boy. Jeez. Man.
Get her done. Get her done, Gary. Oh, my goodness. That guy is just a pure shooter.
Yeah.
And there we go. Nice pass from Murray to Calvin Hampton. Nice find by Andre 3000.
Jeff Murray, if he scores this, oh, my word.
If he scores this, you're going to go out in the court and yell.
16 points, leading all scorers right now. 4 of 5 from the three-point land.
Good night. Murray, he's answering back. Here we go again. Here we go. Shades of last week all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Except it was done in the third quarter that went ballistic.
Right.
And there he goes again.
Oh.
Not quite that time. Looks like Largent collected it, but yeah, Terrence Glenn committed the foul on Morris. The 33 battle has been quite steady tonight.
Very steady.
Corey Largent into the game for the Volcanoes to go with McCaffrey, Murray, Morris, and Hampton. For your Sabers, Doug Lamb, Jeff Dunn, Tyrone White Jr., Terrence Glenn, Franz Dorsonville. Just about a minute to go. Once again, you want a couple of really successful possessions at the end of the half to give you some momentum.
Right, absolutely. Oh, Calvin sleeping there.
Yeah, Calvin wasn't looking for the ball. Murray picks it up over to Largent. Nice looking three. Not quite. Dorsonville collects. And here come your Sabers. Look for number 7, Vancouver. Put about 4 guys on him.
Yeah.
And 17-16 on the shot clock.
He wants it. You can
He sure does. He's going to keep that bad boy, and he gets fouled.
I think Andre might have got him.
I think so, too. Boy, the presence of mind that guy has.
Yeah, that's the thing. When you're on a hot streak and you got the momentum going, I mean, the confidence just keep building and building and building. And yeah, we're going to have to figure something out at halftime to stop him.
Well, I remember those 2 successive possessions, Gary, where he nodded to get a screen. And he got them both times,
yep.
Buried the threes, and then you see what's up. And now the Vancouver bench is like, what happened?
Well, the momentum shifted is what happened.
Yeah, it was a Dunn bomb that dropped in this gym tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, 60-57 in favor of the Sabers. 44 seconds to go, a couple more possessions to go in this quarter. McCaffrey with Dunn on him, waves people off. He wants to penetrate, kicks to Hampton. And there is Largent down to Morris. Lots of people touching it. That's a good thing. And there's Hampton. Nice dish by Brian Morris.
Yep.
Nice, very methodical how they moved the ball in and kept penetrating and got a very nice layup off it.
And just weaving that ball.
18 seconds on the shot clock, 21 on the game clock. So not quite the half, but could be close. Triple team on Dunn. The ball is loose. And White, he's got numbers. He kicks over to Dorsonville.
And one. Yeah. Wow.
That was a momentum changer because 3 Volcanoes guarded Dunn, got the loose ball, but Tyrone White Jr. was right there. He converted that to a 4-on-2 break instantly. There's that transition from defense to offense that we talk about.
Yep.
So important in the IBL. Can't sleep on it. Dorsonville does not collect, though, so up by 3, 7 seconds to go. Oh, and he loses it. Dunn's got it, takes a look at the clock. He goes to White Jr., he goes to Lamb. Do you count it? Do you count it? Yeah, Jeff Flowers counts it. Wow, they ran that. Boy, Salem, great use of the clock at the end of the half. Holy volcano, Batman. Quite a different ball game from a week ago.
Yeah.
Last week we were talking about Andre Murray's career-high night, a highlight reel of the second quarter, and tonight, Jeff Dunn, part 2, the sequel, he's back.
Well, the scoring's almost the opposite of last time we played them. You know, we left 70-56, and now the Sabers lead 64-59. So it's a whole new ball game here. Momentum shift. They were reacting well in their transition, meaning the Sabers were, and Jeff Dunn getting that confidence back, and that speaks volumes, Maverick, when you get your confidence.
I agree with you, Gary, and we had some really nice efforts in the first quarter. The second quarter, not so much. Defense got a little funky.
Yeah, I'll use your terminology. It was very funky, and they're going to have to figure that out real quick during halftime.
And so while we all ponder what's going to happen in half number 2, we're going to go to break. So you guys, time to go get your sandwich, your baño stop, whatever you need. We'll be back. So at the halftime, Salem Sabers 64, Vancouver Volcanoes 59 on Beyond the Eye production.
That's the target they have to hit. The scoring has
And back to you, the O'Connell Sports Complex, live streaming on YouTube, courtesy of Beyond the Eye production. Mike Koreski with you tonight. The man, the myth, the Googs, Gary Akiyama. Good evening, Vancouver. Second half of the game going on, about ready to start. 64-59, Salem Sabers upsetting the Volcanoes. All right, Abacus, look at that stat sheet and make it happen.
All right. Well, according to my Abacus, where the difference is, Vancouver has not shot as well or many attempts as the Sabres. Sabres actually have shot 8 more times than we have. And on the free throw line, it's kind of a weird stat, Maverick. Free throw line, Sabres 7 of 12. We're just 1 of 1, courtesy of Andre Murray. So if you look at more shots attempts by the Sabres, more free throw points, and even, it's just bizarre stats. When you look at that, you don't normally think the free throws or the lack of shots attempts would be the differential. But on this one, it has been. And my Abacus kind of questioned me. I had to do it again twice, and it came up the same way. So that's what really the difference is.
The Abacus has spoken. So it's kind of like a bizarro world, if you know that villain from the Superman comics. Because it looks like a regular IBL game when you look at the stat sheet and you think it's a Vancouver lead, but it's not.
Right. And one thing I might point out also, Maverick, 21 points, Jeff leading all scores. He's on track for that 43 again. And for the Volcanoes, Andre Murray with 13, Cameron McCaffrey with 10.
A couple things that I got poked out in the eye with when I was looking at the stats, Gary, is that Doug Lamb, 4 assists, no turnovers, so he's done a really nice job distributing, trying to set some people up for the Sabres. And Terrence Glynn, 11 rebounds, 6 offensive, 5 defensive to go with the 12 points, so he's really active on both sides of the floor. For the Volcanoes, Sidell Doyle, 5 assists. Like we said, he's starting to round into, the Sidell Doyle the coaching staff thought they were going to have when the season started,
right,
coming back from that injury. So that's very nice. And then also, Gio Bain, 9 boards and 4 blocks. 4 blocks. And that's the biggest thing I saw. And then 2 things, looking at the coaching staff there, Navarro and Hunter. There's Corey Largent to his left, the Hunters as well. Pip Bloodsaw. A couple guys on the bench there. Josh Tarver has showed up. You see him right next there to Adam Herman. And then there's Dan Feast next to him. So those 2 guys, Feast thinks this is funny we're talking about him, but those 2 guys could be keys to the second half.
Actually, you're right. Those 2 right there that could be very good keys to the game. Josh Tarver coming in for the second half. I think he had to work overtime or something. So we're glad he's here. We're going to need his penetration, in handling the balls. Dan Feast the same. So I think you're right, Maverick. That could be the key to this game.
This could be a G key, huh?
It could be.
Oh, Jeff Dunn with the spin cycle. No good. Morris rebounds over to Murray. White wanted that steal, but Murray flips it around, and he takes it himself. Good start for Mr. Murray. Yep. Dan Feast, Gary, proven three-point shooter. He's done it 2 or 3 games for us, had very big nights, helped open things up. And then Josh Tarver, like we talked about, in transition, he's wonderful.
Great.
Speaking of wonderful, cross-court bounce pass.
That was a great assist.
Yeah, Andre 3000, give him another assist. Cameron McCaffrey, give him another layup converted tonight. So 64 apiece.
5-0 run.
Good start on this second half. So Lamb looking for some help. And he finds a cutting Dorsonville, but he walked first. He was surprised he was as open as he was.
Yeah, I love this. The Volcanoes, they're not, holding back. They're just playing very tenacious right now, very aggressive on both sides of the court.
Well, very good energy they've came out with to start this second half. Very businesslike. And there's Brian Morris. Nice pass from Cameron McCaffrey. Seems like those 2 are hooking up a little bit now, too.
Great 7-0 run.
Yeah. Let's get some more. McCaffrey with the steal. Oh, almost up ahead to Dominique, but no, Glenn picks it off.
Good idea.
So now Salem needs to get a good possession here to try to stop the Volcano tide. And Glenn, no luck, kicks it out to Dorsonville. The shot clock's at 9.
Oh,
and Dorsonville goes off his feet.
Wow.
Morris picks it up. does the ballerina over him, takes it himself. A finger roll.
9-0 run. If this keeps up, you can bet Salem's going to call timeout.
I think you're right. And there is Lamb. Morris, good help on the defense to have Lamb turn that ball back up and start anew. So we'll see what develops here for Salem. They can't seem to get any clean looks right now. It's been very good closing the D. But Dunn gets a look. Offensive foul on the screen on Dorsonville. I was wondering because he was wide open, and then it looked like Watson started falling.
Right.
And there's Watson once again, and he is fouled by Tyrone White Jr. So all of a sudden, Vancouver's got pep in their step, and Salem's like, this again?
Yeah, they're going like, what? What's going on?
Yeah, they're looking a little bit dejected, and I'm just not quite sure what's happening. Very strange game.
Yeah, it's just been different. I guess it's a good terminology on that one.
Yeah, well, once again, it's the Ibble.
Yeah, 10-0 run. As Watson converts on that first free throw.
You got it. Coaching staff must like what they see as far as the energy right now by that starting unit.
Let's say 11-0 run.
And there we go. Coaching staff talking about this, seeing what they can build on this run. And there we go. Dunn with Watson on him. Dunn signals for that screen and flips off the other way, but not quite. Dorsonville rebounds, bringing that back out.
Whoa, steps on Cameron there.
Yep.
Well, bumps into Cameron. Wow.
And foul on the play. Yeah, he was kind of like a Dorsonville in a china shop right there.
Yeah. Cameron kind of walking that off. I don't blame him.
Yeah.
It's a big body to go against.
He got rolled up on a little bit. And it looks like Sedell Doyle's coming in. So McCaffrey can kind of rebound from that, take a seat, and see what's going on. Very gingerly on the ankle. He is walking, and trainer coming in. McCaffrey was describing to the coaching staff, he fell on me.
Yeah.
In short. And there's Tyrone White Jr. going.
Nice block again.
Yeah, Calvin Hampton, get it out of here. Morris crosses half court. Over to Watson. Not quite for Dominique.
No.
Little too much momentum. So here comes Tyrone White Jr. He pulls up for the three. Still can't break their scoreless drought in this third quarter. Dominique, he is pressing hard. Not quite. Hampton crashes, no. And here comes Glenn, and here comes the fast break. And this is third quarter IBL stuff, Gary.
Yeah.
This is the floodgates usually open in the third quarter.
Yeah, as you always talk about, that momentum swing, that's going to dictate one way or the other. And when you're behind 59-64 and you have an 11-0 run, it bodes well.
Well, and Salem needs to get some points going, and that helps them there. And now they need to get back to what made them successful in the middle of that, the last part of that second quarter.
Yeah, but the way Volcanoes are playing tough D and tenacious D, getting back in transition, that's going to be, not an easy task.
Yep, Coach Becerra rallying the guys. Dark horse. Gary's dark horse of the season.
They are. They're going to surprise some teams.
70-66, Volcanoes. Just under 8 minutes to go in this third quarter. And Morris kicks to Calvin Hampton. Not quite. Rebound by Terrence Glenn. Glenn sees the opening, kicks to Doug Lamb into Franz Dorsonville. Nice find by Doug Lamb. Very good assist-to-turnover ratio tonight for Mr. Lamb, the 6-foot guard from Western Oregon University. Doing better on his season average, too. Normally 3.5 assists per game. Broke that in the first half.
Yeah.
And so there's Sedell Doyle kicking to Andre Murray. Shot clock down to 7. Murray's going to create, but Lamb gets his hand on it. Volcanoes retain possession, but there's 4 seconds left. Corey Largent coming in for Dominique Watson. See what we have here. Okay, 4 seconds to go, Googs.
All right.
Morris with a 3. Not quite.
Right.
Dunn rebounds. Here we go.
Oh, boy.
You better get on him. Yeah, Murray is right on him. He is not going to let him shoot.
No.
He's not going to let him shoot.
There's the screen again.
But there was the screen and the turnaround, and there's Tyrone White Jr. in the corner. Lamb for a 3. No, good ball movement by Salem, but all for naught. And here he is.
Oh.
And he missed the layup and didn't get the call. or didn't get the call, however you want to look at it.
Right.
So Tyrone White Jr. comes back for a 3, air ball. Hampton rebounds and throws it back to Lamb.
Oh, boy.
Joe Navarro is like, are you kidding me? Glenn kicks it over to Dorsonville, and he converts. I'll tell you, Franz Dorsonville, something's always happening when he gets the ball. Could be good, could be not so good for the Sabers, but something happens.
Something happens, yeah. Their Sabers coming right back in the ball game now because of their fast break in the transition game.
Yeah, 8 points, 7 rebounds in the first half on 2 of 9 shooting from the field for him. But he's just still around, active body.
Yeah, and we're all tied up again, Maverick.
So now it's a 5-0 run to combat the 11-0 run the Volcanoes have.
Right.
Oh, boy, Abacus. This is crazy. And there he goes. He converts. So this is the Dorsonville that played Portland.
Yes, yeah. He's stepping it up, and he's discovered that now.
And Gio Bain into the game for Hampton. Down low is Brian Morris. He is fouled. Wow, just what a strange game, Gary. It's just 11 points here, 5 here, 9 here. It doesn't seem to have a real pace to it.
No, there's no consistency at all, and that does not bode well for the Volcanoes. They have to settle down and have those runs, like you say, and deny the baskets, because you can't be going back and forth against a team like Salem, because they could upset you in a hurry.
Well, you're giving them confidence, as the old saying goes, the longer you let them hang out.
Right.
And Morris does get fouled on the play. Great find by Andre Murray. He's been doing a great job trying to get the teammates involved and trying to get those assist numbers working. But for a team like the Volcanoes, Gary, that rely on the ball movement and the talent they have at every position, the ball movement just hasn't quite been there.
Not yet, yeah. They got to find the solution here real quick.
And Morris misses the first one, so he'll get another look at it and a chance to tie the game. And so next Volcano action will be on Sunday, the home season finale versus the Lone Star Strikers.
Yeah.
And tonight, Gary, I think it's tonight. They're in Seattle tonight. Then they're in Bellingham tomorrow. Then they're here. And then they're in Portland, I think. I think it's 4 games in 4 days.
It is. You got that exactly right. Looking at the schedule before tonight's game, and they have a tough schedule, but also they can end up being spoilers as well.
Yeah. Or they might be in Bellingham tonight because Bellingham's playing in Blaine, Washington.
Actually, yeah.
That's what it is
tonight against the team from Texas.
Yeah, there is, though, an IBL All-Star team playing somebody tonight, which is always interesting, but it is the IBL.
Okay.
So we do what we can with that.
Right.
Love our players, love our teams, love our game. And there is Tyrone White Jr. at the line. He converts. 3-point play right there. Salem back in front.
Yeah, boy.
So on the floor for the Canos, 11 Sidell Doyle, 33 Brian Morris, 35 Gio Bain, 23 Andre Murray, and 32 Corey Largent. Doyle clips over to Morris for a 3. Would have been nice if that would have went in.
Yeah.
Would have been nice. Looked good. Terrence Glenn coming back, stutter dribble, and he goes back to Tyrone White Jr. 13 seconds on that shot clock. Wow.
Oh, another block by Gio.
Yeah, it was a beautiful play by White, but actually a better play by Gio. And nice bounce pass, Brian Morris to the cutting Sidell Doyle. Very nice play right there.
Yep.
There's the ball movement we were talking about.
Exactly.
And White Jr. for a 3, no, but Glenn rebounds. Oh my goodness. Rebounds the air ball. How does it happen? And Morris comes up with it. Dorsonville trying to swat it away.
Wow.
Glenn steals it and pops the 3, but all for naught. White Jr., active body in this third quarter.
Yeah, they are just controlling that ball.
And not quite there. So the Volcanoes stave off that flurry of shots from the Sabers. Corey Largent for a 3. No, good position by Glenn on that board. Goes to Jeff Dunn. Where's he? Where's Dunn? What's going to happen? Good double team by Morris on that, too, to keep Dunn busy. But Dunn spin cycles it. No call.
Yep.
Oh, Gio gets picked off by Dorsonville.
Boy.
This This is funky.
It's real funky. Oh, geez.
And the shot clock down to 1. He got it off too late. Just what a weird sequence of events in this third quarter. Yeah, Friday the 13th. That's it.
There you go.
I mean, full moon later on tonight, maybe?
If that's the case, then that explains this whole game. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it just might. It is. It's weird.
Well, Jeff Dunn still leading all scorers with 21 points, and then Andre Murray and Brian Morris at 15 apiece. And then Terrence Glenn, 14 points for the Sabres. So, there's 2 stools there. The third one has to emerge somewhere, Maverick.
Well, and for the Volcanoes, Brian Morris with 9 boards, and is that 4 assists or 3 on that column there? It's 3 or 4, I think, for Morris. But while Gary tries to look at that, we will talk some more.
Yeah. There we go. Okay, Brian Morris.
4 assists.
Yeah.
So Morris, he's been filling it up in all the categories right now. Gio Bain, the block master. That's been nice, too, to go with his rebounding.
Yeah, it doesn't show on that, but what was that, Mr. Abacus? Oh, he has 5 block shots this game.
That's right. 5, a whole handful of blocks.
Yes. And that's, if it wasn't for those blocks, it could be a lot tougher game to recapture.
Well, when you see the block shots and Gio Bain by his name there, he's getting in there, he's getting active, and he's feeling comfortable with the flow of the game.
Right, and that's the whole purpose of having Gio underneath the boards there to obviously defend that. But when you can block the shots, it really makes a big difference.
Well, it's that term, the rim protector. The sexy term that people like to talk about. That Robin Lopez does that with the Blazers. And
right.
It's that phrase right there, and that's what Gio does. So the Volcanoes pick it back up now. Sidell Doyle down low to Morris. Let's see if he goes to work in the post. You bet he does. Looked like a block by Webster, but Jeff Flowers calls the foul.
Yeah, it looked like a block, but he got his hand on him, so.
Yeah, and Morris going to the rack once again. He has had a very successful night with that. The three-point shooting was falling a little better for him last Sunday, but he's multifaceted, so he can take that down low as well.
Yeah, not having a bad night, really. 5 of 6 from the field, 1 of 3 three-point land, and then 2 of 4 at the charity line.
So Coach Becerra always looks very deep in thought whenever we go over there, whenever the camera goes over to him there.
Deep in thought, but I know he's enjoying this game. I can tell that. There's a big smile.
Yeah, there you go. I was watching that at halftime too. He really enjoys the whole deal, the whole IBL experience, and very cool working with him, just even in this facet, the few times we get to talk to him. So Tyrone White Jr. kicks it over to Webster, past the outstretched hand of Gio Bain, but it goes in 76-74 in favor of the Sabres. 3:44 left, third quarter. And Murray with Kyle Long on him, so the bench is in for the Sabres. And he's going to pull up for that 3. No, not quite. Lots of red shirts around.
Nice tip in by Big D.
Yeah, Morris got the credit.
Yep.
So, yeah, there's like 3 red shirts. They're all practicing the tip drill, so that was great. White, the layup is no good. Here we go. Sidell Doyle pushing it up over to Murray, and there's your oop to Gio.
Oh, good
Not
try.
quite.
Good try.
It was a good thought. The thought was there. And there is Jeff Dunn working it over to Webster for a 3. No. And Glenn collects the rebound. Terrence Glenn going back. It's 19 on the shot clock, so they're going to take it all the way back out and see what they're going to do. And here's the battle here. Yeah, taking it into Gio.
Yeah.
Boy, Terrence Glenn going fearless right there. Gio's got a handful of blocks tonight, and you want to go against him. All right.
Well, the thing I've noticed also, Maverick, Sabres, maybe they might miss their first shot, but they get 2-3 attempts.
Yeah, they really do.
Yeah,
they really do.
That's why they're out shooting us. And when you get those attempts, eventually they'll come in the game and score for you. And that's what put them right back in the game here.
Adam Herman in for Mr. Morris. 78-76 Sabers. On the floor for your Volcanoes, Murray, Largent, Herman, Bain, and Doyle. For the Sabers, Long, White, Glenn, Dunn, and Webster. Jeff Dunn, he splits it, and he keeps it himself for the running one-hander. Not quite. Bain collects. Here come your Volcanoes. It's a 3-on-1.
That's good play.
Yeah, nice conversion by Mr. Largent. Mr. Largent's neighborhood there for a moment. 78 apiece.
Right back at you, man.
Yeah, right over that outstretched hand of Bain. That's 2 times in a row for White. And someone got teed up. It looks like 24 Webster got teed up. Jeff Flowers called it there.
Wow.
So it looks like a free throw for the Volcanoes. We'll take that extra point.
Absolutely.
And you have Murray at the line. I like our chances.
So, you care to have a Tarver watch? When you thinking they might put Josh in?
Boy, I'm not sure. I thought I'd see him a little bit earlier in the half here, but you know, when they were working with McCaffrey and now they're giving Doyle some run. Remember, Doyle had 5 assists in that first half.
Right.
So he's starting to prove each game that he can distribute the ball and really get some people involved. So, you know, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, Dominique comes in for Andre. So
And that seems kind of a traditional thing. Murray usually sits the last couple minutes of the third quarter and the first couple of the fourth.
Yep, get them ready for the fourth.
Hard to believe the third quarter is almost over.
This has been a quick third quarter.
It really has, even by IBL standards.
Yes.
So Doyle there trying to work it. He goes to Corey Largent for a 3. No. He collects his own board, though. Hop step. No. Herman. Nice. And Webster gets teed up again.
Wow.
Is he done for the night?
If that's 2, I think you're out, aren't you?
I think so, too. And Tarver watch. Looks like he's going to be coming in once we figure out the melee here. And that's not good for Salem because you only have 3 bench guys, but you only have 1 more quarter to go.
Right.
But it looks like Damon King will get some action is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, and then, you know, that's nothing to be ashamed of to have Damon in there.
No, not at all. So Tarver coming into the game. Herman getting another look there at the line. Good job.
Nice.
So Dunn playing the peacemaker with Glenn, talking to the officials about it with Webster. Well, maybe it wasn't. Maybe the first tech wasn't on him then, I guess.
Okay.
So just rewind back everything we said.
Okay.
And we'll play it later. So he ties the game up at 80, and now Herman gets the shots, the 2 shots from the foul call earlier. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what was going on there as far as where the beef was with the officials, so to speak. But Webster was sure passionate about it.
Yeah. I thought he teed him up, but maybe they took it back.
Well, maybe they called it on somebody else.
Yeah, could be.
It could be. All right, so hits them both. So Herman actually hit 3 free throws in a row there to give the Volcanoes the lead. Chance of defense come through the crowd. That's nice. Dominique picks it off. He has got Glenn on his heels. Drives right into
nice.
2.
Nice.
You got it. Dominique, you can drive my car. And there's the spin cycle for Moreland. For Webster, no. Ball off of Webster. So he made such a nice move there, but all of a sudden he ran out of a little real estate there before the hoop.
Yeah, didn't have a choice. Tried to knock off one of the Volcanoes, but missed him. So
yeah, it was a nice left hand too.
Yeah.
So 84-80, Tarver's in the game like we talked about. He could be one of G's keys.
That should have been a
call the travel.
Oh boy.
That should have been a what?
That should have been a foul, but then I saw him take another step and I said, okay, never mind.
So like we said, Tarver, one of G's keys tonight in this second half. So we'll see how it looks. Tarver, so much talent running the floor, so much talent setting people up. So we will take a look. Dunn loses the ball on the way up, or not, but it looks like the Sabers will retain possession.
Yeah, I think with Josh, you know, just get him a little bit warmed up in the game, and he'll be able to spark it.
I agree. I agree. I think the shot might be a little rusty, but I don't think the ball handling and the court vision is.
Certainly the defense is there.
So here we go. We'll see what it looks like. Goes off to Watson there, over to Largent. Largent wanted the 3, but held it back up to Bain, and it is going to the Sabers. The IBL is a crazy game, Gary, from quarter to quarter.
Yeah, you just never know what's going to happen.
The momentum's just been sliding all over the place in a matter of 2 plays. So long flips over to Dung. Dominique Watson on him. Knocks the ball up over to Largent. Good D, Dominique. And he does it again. He does it again. And he is so punishing when he has the ball. He finds you, he finds the defender, and leans right into you. So 2-point lead for the Volcanoes. And Tyrone White breaking down Tarver. The ball was loose.
Wow.
Herman's got it, and he calls a timeout. So 9 seconds to go in the quarter. And the Volcanoes are calling the timeout. So, Gary, what do you call? 9 seconds, 1 play. Where's it going?
Well, a lot of possibilities here. I think what you do is set up the play, have your guards that you want in the coffin corners. If they're open, hit that. If not, maybe disguise a coffin corner and then flip it back in the middle and have it easy too.
Okay, so 2 guys you think will shoot the ball are?
I'm going to say it's going to be Dominique Watson or Gio Bain.
I'm going to go opposite. I'm going to go Corey Largent or Josh Tarver.
Okay, get Tarver back in the game. That would be good.
Well, yeah. See, I think he's going to get the ball, and they're going to let him find the corner guys. So this will be interesting.
Either way, let's score, guys, and get back in this game. We're ahead, I know, but we need more of a lead. We really do.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, they went in, down 5 at the half, though.
Right.
So it's been a pretty nice turnaround to this point.
Yeah, it's been a 27 to 18 run.
Wow. And there we go. See, there's Tarver. And see what we got. And he's going to have it. It's 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Spin cycle.
Oh, travel.
Travel. Yeah, he was working a bit hard. And there's some dancing going on, and it's not even by Gary. That's a switch.
Wow.
So here we go. And there, Dominique flashes out on Dunn, so he can't get that off. So the third quarter ends, and it was really a good one by Vancouver, even though there were spots of weirdness in there.
Right.
Talk about it.
Well, the bottom line is, we're ahead 86 to 82, and even though we were playing kind of erratic, we played well enough to get back into the lead again, which is important going into the fourth quarter. I think we had confidence was built by a lot of our players as well. So I feel good that we're heading into the fourth quarter with the 4-point lead, Maverick.
Yes, Gary, and like you said, there was a huge turnaround there that the Volcanoes got some nice possessions together, and they also clamped down on the Sabers.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, we're going to take a quick timeout, and we'll be back at you soon. After 3 quarters, Vancouver Volcanoes 86, Salem Sabers 82.
Folks, also be sure to check your programs. If you've had your program signed by Brian Morse, you won 2 free game day tickets. Please come down to the announcer's table. Once again, check your program. If you have Brian Morse's signature in your program, you've won 2 game day tickets. We're proud to say that Riverview has been a rock in this community since 1923. More and you can be a part of it by visiting www.riverviewbank.com. It's all of today's game sponsors. Yes, Riverview Bank, Yoga Chiropractic, and Shoot 360.
And welcome back, the O'Connell Sports Center, the campus of Clark College, Vancouver, Washington, the real Vancouver, if you ask us. Mike Koreski with you, Gary Akiyama, Friday night, Beyond the Eye Productions, streaming on YouTube for all you people. And that's Corey Largent from your hometown Vancouver Volcanoes, making the lead 88-82 over the visiting Salem Sabers in this IBL contest in our final home weekend of the season. So, Mr. Akiyama, talk to me about the third quarter stats.
Third quarter stats, it's where we turned it around. We're out shooting now the Sabers 35 to 32. our assists, so huge, actually a big gap now, 23 to 11 in our favor. And then at the free throw line, pretty even there. So basically, we came back without too much aggression and really shot the Sabers and put this game at least in our lead for right now.
And Franz Dorsonville going to the line, adding to his total. He now has 14 points on the night to go with 9 rebounds for the big fella who played in Spain. Second one didn't happen. Oh, there was a big tip-in jam by Moreland that didn't happen. He thought he got pushed. And Largent off to Adam Herman. He goes in, foul on Webster. So on the floor for the Volcanoes, number 8, Josh Tarver, still out there giving a run. 44, Adam Herman. 32, Corey Largent. 35, Gio Bain. And 0, Dominique Watson. For the Sabres, number 6, Kyle Long. Number 3, Doug Lamb. 12, Franz Dorsonville. 30, Tyrone White Jr. And there's Bain down there. Flips over to Corey Largent. Dial it up. That would be real nice to get him on track in this fourth quarter.
Yeah. Corey's capable of doing that, so let's see what happens here.
Well, this is an interesting move by Coach Becerra, Gary, because on your bench you have Jeff Dunn and Terrence Glenn. And Glenn at the moment, 17 rebounds tonight.
Wow.
17 boards for Terrence Glenn. Once again, 8 offensive, 9 defensive. So he's been a monster at both ends. So Becerra's gambling a little bit to see if these guys can toe the line for a little bit until he can get the 2 legs of that 3-legged stool back.
Right.
I think Dorsonville's kind of filled the 3rd leg.
Yeah, Dorsonville, he's having a good game as well. So, he's going to be a big factor down the stretch here, not only with rebounds, but just blocking up that inside game. And I can see why Jeff Dunn is on there, as well as Terrence Glenn. I think with about maybe 7 minutes, 8 minutes, they're going to go all out again.
Yeah, I could see that. Try to give him one last rally.
Yeah.
And there's Tarver picking along, goes over to Corey Largent, and there rubs off the screen, but not quite. Dorsonville, another rebound. Kicks it over to Kyle Long, the assassin, as we have called him.
Right.
And there he goes, splits it. Oh, dumps down for Dorsonville. The ball is loose. Dominique Watson picks it up. Has Tarver, has Largent in the corners, but he's going to take it himself. Dominique, dial it up. And good D by Tarver, forcing Dorsonville to get it up. And CeeLo steals over to Tarver. Very nice right there for the Volcanoes. It opens it up to 11 points. Maybe they should go back to that full court press there. Tarver actually caused the turnover, Gary, even though he didn't convert it.
Right. That was great D by Josh.
Yeah, because the Sabres weren't expecting that.
No.
A 3-pointer, though, for White Jr. to break that drought the Sabres were experiencing at the beginning of this fourth quarter. The ball is loose, goes back to Tarver, flips it over to Adam Herman. Herman wanted the shot so bad, he tried to plastic man the ball back, but he couldn't quite do it. And there we go. That's a conversion by Tyrone White Jr.
But, Josh is doing what he does best. He is just passing that ball, and you don't even know it's coming to you. And when you don't even know what's coming to you, how can the defenders know where it's going? So he's doing his thing.
Yeah, I agree with you totally, Gary. And that's what they need. He's a ball distributor, moving the ball, doing those things. And, the shot, like we talked about, will be a little rusty. White flips it over to Webster.
Wow, coming back.
Corey Largent almost had a block on that, but no. 96-90 is what we're looking at now. Just under 9 minutes. Here comes Glenn in, Gary, and I think they'll probably give Dunn a couple more minutes on the bench, like you said.
Right.
You said about 7 minutes, right?
Right.
So Cameron McCaffrey coming in. I think you're probably going to see him for the rest of the game, probably coming in for Tarver. And you see Murray coming in probably for Watson.
Right. Those two will probably be there the duration now.
And here comes Morris, probably coming in for Herman. But let's see what happens. So there's Glenn coming in for 24, Webster Moreland. Nice game for him. 11.7 rebounds as of through the third quarter, and then he had that layup just a couple trips down the floor ago. And the Volcanoes retain possession. And here we are. So, yeah, not a bad comeback for Josh Tarver to get it started again after a few-game layoff there.
Right.
So McCaffrey, he puts up the 3. No. Rebound by Long. He's got a couple of breakers, and that's Doug Lamb. Finishes over the outstretched arms of Corey Largent. Largent's been close, but no cigar twice on the night.
Yeah, watch out here. It's only a one-possession game.
Our camera guy almost got rocked on that layup there, but he gave us the thumbs up. Thank you very much. That is a job hazard, and we appreciate how you stick your hat out there. Go Beavs, by the way.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Gary Skull, he's giving us the thumbs up. Good job. Beyond the eye, we get it done.
Get her done.
Nah, he's coming in right now.
Yeah.
Here he goes. So Dunn in for Kyle Long. So a little bit early, but it's only a 2-point deficit for the Sabers, Gary. So they're just going to get after it.
Yeah.
It's going to be a pretty cool last 8 minutes, Gary. That's my prediction.
No, I think I'll agree with that prediction.
So Morris gets fouled. Nice entry pass from Adam Herman. I've been liking the post passing tonight. I think Morris has did a really nice job feeding McCaffrey on a couple of ones there. Another one of our cameramen at the other end. He hasn't got plowed over yet, and we're hoping it's not going to happen. And he's got a hat too, but it's not Beavers. But don't you give him a hard time.
I would never do that. He makes me look good, so why would I do that?
Oh, don't pretend you're not cranky. So we have Morris to the line for another one here. He converts that one. So 97-94 Canos. So yeah, what I was saying earlier, Morris did a really nice job passing into the post when he is out on the perimeter. And Herman, couple nice looks. So I think the post guys are really trying to gel in things.
Yeah, I think they're doing a good job on that. I think McCaffrey just had to come in and turn his first foul there, so trying to stop Jeff Dunn.
That'll happen. So Dunn gets the pick from Glenn. And a spin around. Boy, isn't he tough? Isn't he tough when he splits the two defenders?
Yeah, he's tougher than you think.
He really is.
You know,
because you just think he's going to pop the 3, and then you come out on him, and he gets sneaky snake.
Yeah,
going around people.
That might be his whole motive there. And give him credit; he's doing a fantastic job on us.
Sarah checking out the foul situation. Dunn off the Dorsonville pick for a 3. Oh, in and out. Here comes Murray. Baseball pass. A bouncer to Morris. Over to Cameron McCaffrey. Count the basket. Ball movement, Volcanoes.
That was a good fast break move. Give credit to Cameron McCaffrey just keeping his poise and control on that, because that ball came pretty hard at him and he still recovered.
Well, what were we talking about with Morris? Just great passing.
He's probably got some pretty good assists tonight.
I'm thinking so, or if not, he's like the pass before the assist. There's no stat for it, but it's just as important.
Absolutely.
To keep that ball movement going. And here we go, 196 Volcanoes, 7 minutes to go, just about. And Doug Lamb kicks it over. Tyrone White Jr. for a 3. Nope, not a good time for Salem to go dry.
Right.
Murray with the long pass. McCaffrey chases it down.
Whoa.
He's fallen out of bounds, but he comes back to Brian Morris.
Great save.
That was awesome. Good patience by McCaffrey, too. All right, Morris looking for a man. Dorsonville all over him. McCaffrey there. The shot clock's at 8 and counting down.
A big collision.
No good there. Yeah, Dunn recovered it, but Morris gave him a little push. Trying to be sly, but not quite. And look, Dunn's gonna mop up the sweat on his own.
Well, what else can he do?
I got you, man.
Yep.
That's what he said to our mop guy.
I think that's Desiree's son there.
Nice.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yep, son of Desiree. Speaking of, and that's also, look how old he's getting.
Oh, boy, yeah, I know. I remember him when he was a little squirt, so.
Yeah. He's got the camo shorts on, though.
He's styling.
I think he got that idea from you. So Dunn, he is wrapped up once again. Flips it over to Terrence Glenn. He's trying to gum up Herman, but not quite. Dorsonville was operating on Morris. It looks like the Sabers will retain possession. 6 seconds to go on that shot clock. 6:30 in the game. Coaching staff looking on there, Gary. Another nail biter.
Yeah, that's going to be down to the wire again.
Oh, good D. Dunn had nowhere to go and just turned it over. Murray, scoop shot, and he is fouled.
Oh, yeah, he better have got that call.
Yeah, he got that one, and that was just athleticism that got that one for him. Yeah, Dunn got the ball there, and he just had nowhere to go. The two Volcanoes closed on him. No bodies were cutting, and it just you just knew it wasn't going to end well on that one.
Well, I think that's why the Sabres called timeout. I think Coach wants to talk about, hey, you got to have more than Jeff Dunn going down the stretch here. You want Jeff Dunn, but there's going to have to be, as you always say, two others involved in that stool. Because we're on to Jeff Dunn, and they just can't depend on him for all these points down the stretch.
Well, the other thing is too, when he gets the ball, you have to have some movement. You have to have some movement on it. When he's got the ball, you can't just kind of stand there and say you do it.
Right. No, not down the stretch here, especially in the fourth quarter when everybody should be pretty tired. Jeff Dunn still leading all scorers with 23 points, but you have Franz Dorsenville at 18 and Terrence Glenn at 16. So maybe those are the three stools for the Sabres. And for the Volcanoes, Cameron McCaffrey at 15, Andre Murray at 16, Brian Morris at 19, and Adam Herman at 10. So we're pretty well distributed tonight, Maverick.
Yeah, it is very distributed in terms of the points for the Volcanoes, and like we said, there's been some nice passing, especially by the interior. I think that's why we have the assist advantage that we have.
Oh yeah, the assist advantage is almost double, so that speaks volumes right there.
I think pretty much, Gary, it's a matter of defense. Will you get Salem in those positions like you just did, where Dunn was closed up with 2 seconds to go on the clock and had no options?
Yeah.
Was that what's going to happen, or was it like earlier in the second quarter when Dunn motioned for a screen, got it, and was able to hit a three?
Yeah, I haven't seen that many screens this quarter though, Maverick. So I don't know what happened, if they're called that off or if they're gonna start doing what they've been doing.
Well, I think there's been a little more help on Vancouver's part too, because Dunn has motioned for it a couple of times, but he's had to split the two guys and go to the hole instead of pull up for the three.
So if he has to split the guys, obviously that tells me that our guys are pretty heads up on that screen and denying that screen.
Sure. So Murray converts the first and the second. So 102-96 Volcanoes. Coach Becerra taking a look there. It's just the IBL games are just nail biters a lot of times.
Oh,
and there is White Jr., Tyrone White Jr.
Yep.
Not going away.
No, he will not.
Oh, there's a block by Glenn, but it goes back to Corey Largent. Shot clock down to 10, but Largent keeps it. No. Herman hustles. No. Salem's got it again.
Yeah, we got to get to defend the boards.
And Lamb for a long pass to Dorsenville. No luck.
Wow.
He was kind of falling away. He did collect the ball when he, instead of trying to go with it up in the air. Speaking of up in the air, no for Cameron McCaffrey. Dorsenville up ahead to Tyrone White Jr. No. Getting weird, Gary, getting weird. Yeah. And there is a travel because McCaffrey and Herman have their hands on the ball.
Yeah. So far, Salem hasn't been hitting like they have been. They're only 8 of 24 from the three-point land, so that's keeping us in the game.
Yeah, it's turned into a battle of attrition, Gary, it seems to me, because the shots all of a sudden are getting a little flatter. There's a lot more kind of wrestling on the rebounds.
Right.
It's a lot more physical, not quite as much position and technique. It's a lot of desire right now.
Yeah, desire to just grab that ball any way you can.
Well, and that's where Andre Murray's at his finest, when it's a battle of desire. He missed that one, but he'll be back. So here come the Sabres. Terrence Glenn picking his way along, and there's Dunn. He's going in there. He was blocked off, but he gets it off. But no, good D by the Volcanoes.
Yep, plugged them up there, made him feel a little uncomfortable.
And Murray trying to find his handles. He does, just in time. But he gets called for a travel.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, it seems to me, Gary, one of those things, if the offensive player initiates the difficult move, and if it looks like a foul is what they're looking for,
right,
it's not happening.
I know, they're not calling that tonight.
because it might be an intent thing. I don't know. Turnaround for Glenn, no. Once again, the shot falls flat, and that was a little hook shot, Gary. Both teams, the shots, especially the outside ones, are flat right now.
And I have to give credit to the referees. Tonight's game, I think they've controlled this game and actually called a good game.
I agree with you on that as well. They've seemed to have made a decision, like I said, about the offensive man when he's got the ball,
right? And
maybe they're trying to think what his intent is,
right? So yeah, they've done a great job.
So White kicks over to Glenn. Herman's on him. He wants that three. And there's McCaffrey, big rebound. Let's see what he can do on the other end. Morris got his hand up there, but it goes to Herman. He was looking for Morris, but Herman's going to go to the hole. There you go.
Oh, nice power move.
Adam Herman. It's been a good season for the rookie. Up and down, quarter to quarter.
Yep.
But just impressive the effort he puts out there.
Yeah. Blue collar guy.
Yeah, and he's got a motor. He's got a motor when it comes to getting the ball. And Largent takes a look there. What's going on?
Yeah, he moved it just slightly, and the referee picked up on that. Just ever so slightly.
So we'll see what happens. And so it doesn't get any easier for the Volcanoes. Coming in Sunday, the Lone Star Strikers, the Texas entry. We don't know a whole lot about them because they're far away from us.
Yeah.
And they come out, once a year, or we go out to them, a couple of our teams. And so they only have like 2 real big rounds of games. This year it's just the one big road trip. So we'll see what happens. And that's the thing with the IBL, Gary. They like to add clusters, teams in the geographical areas. So you have a team to play the bulk of your games against, and then you can get the other teams coming in on a road trip or two.
Yeah, I think that's an important strategy by the IBL. I like the way they're setting that up.
Yeah, and it's just adding those pieces because like the Bellingham Slam have Seattle again, and that's always good when they have a Seattle entry in there because they can get Bellingham, 3 or 4 games against each other. You have us in Portland playing 5 versus each other. You get Olympia in there, and it really works.
Salem just coming, storming back. They are not giving up.
Doug Lamb with the layup, and White Jr. with the assist. Closes it to 2. 3:22 left. The sound of Rocky playing overhead.
Andre is right. Yeah, he was going for that, and then unfortunately, Saber knocked that out of bounds.
Well, it's been kind of a different night for Murray because he's had flashes. But there's just something as far as the scoring goes. It's not right there.
There's a good flash.
Nice 3 for McCaffrey, and there's an assist for Murray once again.
Yeah.
So White Jr. wanted to do something. Flips over to Dorsonville. And fouled by Herman. Physical matchup. Herman gives up a few inches on those matchups, Gary, but he gives no quarter.
No, he's a big bulk guy. He's strong, so he can afford to do that.
Yep, shades of the U-boat.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shades of the U-boat. Have you told Devin he has like a cousin playing for the Volcanoes?
I haven't, but I should.
You really should.
That. Yeah.
Say he reminds us of you, man. And where are you, U-boat, Mr. Playoffs?
Actually, yeah, they lost in the semifinals. And rumor has it that U-boat is back.
In town?
In town in the U.S. of A.
Uh-oh. Is he suiting up? Can we start that rumor?
Gee, that'd be nice.
Okay, all you people on YouTube, start it up. 66 of you watching last time. 70 of you this time. Herman. Nice right there, like we were saying. Just gets after it, doesn't he?
He does.
109-104. All right, 2.5 minutes. White Jr. Every possession counts.
Now it does.
Every possession counts, Googs.
Yep.
And let's see what the Volcanoes run here. Morris out there flipping to Murray. Lamb playing on him.
Nice screen.
Andre wants a little space. Oh, Herman got called on the positioning against Glenn.
Yep, they were tugging back and forth, and that's one of the first few calls they've called. I remember last game, that was called all over the place when they played each other.
Yeah, that's right. Well, and I think Herman, he puts a little bit of oomph into it there. So I think the referees are kind of looking at that at the moment to kind of pick up his game and what he establishes down there. And that is White Jr.
Oh, boy, and one.
So he's the one who stepped up tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of talk of him on the website as being a major player on this team, and tonight I have seen that.
Yeah, he is, as billed, I'll tell you. Tyrone White Jr., 16 points right now.
Got some boards to go with it, too.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, he's kind of been that point forward in this fourth quarter for them.
And
so we're tied up. 109, 2 minutes to go. Thank you for watching us with Beyond the Eye Productions, by the way. We really appreciate it. And hopefully we're giving you a good product out here tonight. And so McCaffrey was fouled, driving baseline there. Boy, this is just something else.
What a great game again tonight.
It really has been a good contest, and it's just crazy.
It's crazy good. I mean, geez, it's just in the momentum swings. I guess next game I'm going to have to keep track of the momentum swings because there's been a ton of them.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and the Volcanoes are striving to tie their second best home court mark in franchise history. So twice they have ran the table at home.
Right.
10-0 in the regular season, the title year of 2011, 3 more, so 13-0. And then I think this would be the third or fourth year there's only been 2 losses.
Nice backdoor
But there's
trap.
Doug Lamb. You got it. 111 apiece, a minute 46 to go.
Oh, man.
It is Andre time, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what happens out there. And Largent taking a look. He flips to Brian Morris. Morris gets in closer for a layup. You got it.
Very nice.
Nice presence of mind from Brian Morris on that one. Volcanoes up by 2. And White was looking, Largent was looking for the foul from White. It didn't happen. And Lamb collects it, flips it over to Terrence Glenn. He shuffled. He shuffled.
Big break there for the
I
Volcanoes.
thought he was going to take that 3, honestly.
Yeah.
He's proven out there. Murray wanted an up-court pass, but it didn't quite happen. So Morris kicks to Cameron McCaffrey. McCaffrey's got done on him. McCaffrey calling what he wants, and that's to go to Morris. Turns around on Dorsonville.
Dorsonville coming way out guarding you.
You got it. He's not letting him have that 3.
Yeah.
Lamb on Murray. 4 seconds to go. It's a 3-pointer.
Oh.
Take it. Take it. Take it, Andre 3000. You have for 5 years. All right, 5-point lead. And now what do we got? White Jr. going to the hole. Looks like a foul on Brian Morris.
Yep.
McCaffrey, great D on Jeff Dunn there. Dunn's been a decoy this quarter, Gary.
Yes, yeah.
He's been a decoy. A couple of drives to the basket, but he hasn't had a chance to get that 3 off.
45 seconds left, 5-point lead. I'm feeling a little better, Maverick, but it's still not over.
You got that right. White Jr. converts. Very good quarter, Tyrone White Jr. And he is the 6'7" guard. Played in France, Ura Deloria. Second one off, Morris. Big rebound for him. Over to Cameron McCaffrey. And there we go. Murray, good pass to Adam Herman.
Very nice.
Take that right there.
Yeah,
What's Murray's assist numbers looking like? Go ahead and take a look at that, because I'd be shocked if he didn't go double figures on him.
Yeah, well, almost. He's got 8.
Oh, the steal. Largent's with the steal. And there's your deal. Corey Largent.
Yeah. That should seal it.
That should. It's 8 points to go with 20 seconds. And that's a 2-pointer from Dunn. No. But Glenn rebounds and puts it in. He's not quitting. 6-point deficit, 11 seconds. You got to foul him, Salem.
Yeah, I think they know that they can't catch him.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've given up.
And they're going to dribble that out. Murray, he will take the last one, though. Why not? So there was a bit of a scare there, Mr. Gary.
Yes, sir.
Tie ball game with a couple minutes left, but the Volcanoes got some defensive stops, had a couple of nice offensive plays at the end, and some of our season ticket holders up in the top there, they wiped the hand across the brow.
Wow, they're giving them a standing O, and they rightly deserve that. They really played a good game in those last 4 minutes.
Well, they got the escape on that one, Gary, because boy, that was not easy, and just a weird mojo game.
Right. So that puts us at 9 wins now, Maverick. And depending what happens with Bellingham tonight, Bellingham goes into the tonight's game with 11 wins, and Portland Chinooks have 7 wins. So, you know, even though we think we know who we're going to play in the playoffs, it's always good to play hard, play tough, and get that momentum going into the playoffs.
Oh, yeah, we'll get that done. And, yeah, we got an interview lined up, so that's good. Thank you guys at Beyond the Eye for getting the people. That's good, because we all want to meet these guys. You watch them, we talk about them, so why don't we talk to them and let you be the judge of things. So the coaching staff, we're looking over at the numbers there. We'll take a numbers look too, and we'll have our special guest coming up, and it'll be happening pretty soon. So your final from the O'Connell Sports Complex, Volcanoes 122, the Sabers 114.
Today's visiting player of the game is selected by the Toronto.
And welcome back, the O'Connell Sports Center, Beyond the Eye Productions. We're streaming on YouTube. We're just everywhere. It's a Vancouver Volcano post game. It was a victory tonight, 122 to 114. Hard fought over the Salem Sabers. With me, the big fella. You've probably been called that a lot, but I hope you like that. It's Gio Bain with us. Great game tonight, Gio. How did you feel you did in there tonight?
I feel I played a decent game, you know. Obviously, as a player, I feel I could have done better, but, you know, we came up with the win. That's most important.
You know, what I was impressed with, Gio, was the blocks you had. 6 blocks. You altered some shots. It looked like a really good night for the rim protector part of your game. How have you been coming back off that? Was it an ankle tweak you had a couple weeks ago? What was that about?
Yeah, I had a minor ankle sprain, really swollen, but thank God I came back from that. I'm happy to be back on the court, just to help the team out in any way I can.
And did you feel you had the spring tonight that we're used to seeing you have?
Yeah, I mean, I felt good in warm-ups, you know. Really was feeling this game, so yeah, like I said, I felt my ankle felt good, felt just happy to be back.
Well, and you also had here 11 rebounds, 8 points, so a real nice night for you that I'm seeing in all 3 categories. Normally it seems you have like one thing clicking. Tonight it was all 3. How do you feel about the bench role? You've kind of been swapping in between some starts, some bench.
Well, you know,
what's it feel like?
I'm fine with it as long as we're winning. As you can see, like our chemistry is coming along. So you know, if that's the role I have to play, I'm more than happy to play it. So you see, we got Big B in there. We got Cal. We have me. We have JR. We just have a lot of talented bigs, and I'm just happy to play my role wherever I fit in.
Yeah, I think you're right. I like the big man rotation because, like you said, you can go to any one of you guys to fill in 8, 10 minutes, play the 4, play the 5, and do that. And what I saw too, the big men are passing real well this year. It looks like.
Yeah.
Is that something in practice? What's the difference, Gio?
Well, I mean, a lot of our bigs are talented. You know, we pass a lot of, do a lot of great passes. Practice has gotten a lot more intense, especially on defense. So that helps out the game a lot too. Makes playing easier. So
yeah. Speaking of practice, what happened to Coach Hunter?
Got a little cut on the eye. I don't know what happened. I didn't see it. I just saw the after
versus
effect.
Pip.
Yeah.
You just saw okay, you're pleading the fifth.
Nah, I didn't see it.
Those Facebook rumors, don't believe them. Don't believe them, right? So we have one more game left on this home season. What are you looking forward to playing the Lone Star Strikers? And then the playoffs are here.
Yeah.
Talk about the advantage that happens when you step into this floor.
Well, we have a great crowd, so just the energy is always there. So it makes you not only play good, but want to play good and want to just have a good game for the fans, because the support is there. Support is there, so we're just really thankful. Can't wait to have the playoffs here. It's almost like having not 15, but gym could probably fit 100, so it's like 115.
There we go.
So yeah, just really excited for that.
Let's get it. So Gio says, get over here, O'Connell Sports Center,
Yep.
Sunday and in 2 weekends, right?
Yep.
Or else he's not going to be your friend. Thank you so much for coming on, Gio.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back. We'll have another guest. Your final, the Vancouver Volcanoes 122, Salem Sabers 114. And welcome back. Beyond the Eye Productions. We're streaming live. We're on YouTube. We're all over the place. And to prove that, we have an interview with you. Number 44, new Volcano, Adam Herman. Fantastic job tonight. Talk about the battle that was going down low with the bigs.
It was definitely physical tonight, so it was good to get down low and bang with those guys, but it was definitely a physical game tonight, so it was fun though.
Nice. Tell me a little bit about your journey. So we talked about it, local guy. Rumor has it, Cornerstone Christian.
Yeah, started all the way back there.
This is the rumor. One of our season ticket guys. I coached him.
Yeah, that's right.
I coached him. That's fantastic. Prairie High School, Concordia. So you get a degree, and you step into this court.
Yeah.
And talk about the IBL. Had you watched it before you came on? How did your whole process come of knowing the IBL and becoming a part of it?
I mean, being from Vancouver, so I've kind of grown up watching them a little bit, so it's fun to actually get to play with them now. It's definitely a little step faster than college. Everybody's quicker, everybody's bigger and stronger, but I'm still learning the speed and I'm getting used to it.
That's nice. Well, and the thing that Gary and I talk about, we love the motor you have in there, Adam, and you remind us of another Volcano, Devin Yuskowski, the U-boat.
Yeah,
because
he went to Prairie. Yeah,
okay,
he went to Prairie.
You know.
Yep.
You know.
I've been compared to him through definitely in high school, and now here to get into Vancouver Volcanoes.
So you're all right with it then?
I don't mind. He was a great player.
Because we've called you U-Boat 2.0.
Oh, I like it.
That's what we've been doing.
I like it.
You could sign an autograph like that now, and
there we go.
What's that? And I told Gary tonight when he Skypes with Devin to talk about you.
Awesome.
So we'll get the love out there.
That sounds great.
So talk about it. The first season. What's been your highs and lows so far? Your adjustment periods, but what's been exciting about this run?
Just playing with the guys at this talent level. Everybody's good, so it just makes it a blast to play. The speed of the game is so much faster, so it just makes it fun to play.
And what are your ambitions? Are you thinking overseas ball, or what does it look like for you?
I'm definitely looking to play overseas. Just getting started up in here, but I got a few. I might have a few options coming up, so we'll see what happens there.
Well, and a guy like Joe Navarro, you have connections with from Concordia, correct?
Definitely with him and my old coach Brad Barbrick, so I got some connections with overseas. So
excellent. So what are you looking forward to? We have one more game against the Strikers on Sunday from Texas. Everything's big in Texas.
Yeah.
And then in 2 weekends, it was announced the tournament is here. Now, did you watch it when the Volcanoes made their run a few years ago?
I did not get a chance to watch that one, so I don't know what's well.
So what do you want here? Let's tell the people.
Well, we want to win out first so we can get that #1 seed, which will be nice, and then we get home court advantage, so that's a huge bonus too. Nice not to have to travel.
Well, yeah, and then last thing, playing the Bellingham Slam. the rival. I mean, what is it? What are those games like when you get out there? It's got to be a little bit different than most of them.
It definitely is. It's intense, and everybody's going at each other. We both want to win bad, so we're really intense on those games.
Nice. Well, great job tonight, Adam. We love the role. You've done some starting, you've done some bench, but thank you for doing whatever you do.
Yep, I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
And we still want Devin back. We want both the U-boats.
There we go. I like it.
Double attack.
It'd be fun to play with them.
So thank you very much. We'll be right back to wrap it up. We're going to bring Google Gary back, the abacus up for us. The your final, Volcanoes 122, Sabers 114. And back to you from a semi-empty O'Connell Sports Complex. It's empty behind us, but if you look out here, there's still people milling around. It's a community event here in Vancouver. That's right, it is. Vancouver, Washington, that is. So Mike Koreski with you, Gary Akiyama. A wrap-up, what did you see that finally got this done for the Volcanoes? How does this give us some momentum coming into Sunday?
Well, I think it's going to do great momentum. I mean, really, you look back about the last 4.30 minutes left where we turned it around, had some stops, we played some key defense, defending the ball and block shots and of course made our shots. But it was those last 4 minutes that really turned this game around. We knew it was going to be tough, and heading into Sunday, another good momentum carrier against the Lone Star Strikers. We don't know too much about them, but Mike, I will be Googling that over the weekend, come back with some information. I like this. Heading into the playoffs, you got to have the momentum.
We'll take that, and I know you'll be Googling. Last question, who would you give the game ball to tonight?
Boy, that's a tough one. I thought everyone played well. I would give it to Gio Bain. His block shots, I thought, were key to this win, and his rebounding. And Brian Morris, another great game too.
That's what I was thinking.
So
too.
I would say maybe both of them, but they both played different positions and with different key plays, rebounding, block shots, and scoring. So hats off to both of those guys.
And like Bain said during the post game, they have that big man rotation with the 4 or 5 of them with J.R. Moore, Adam Herman, Calvin Hampton, and they just all fill the role so nicely.
Probably the toughest in the league, Maverick.
I agree. So we'll wrap it up tonight. Thank you so much for watching. We will be seeing you Sunday. We'll do it, stream it on YouTube. Watch us on YouTube. Watch the old stuff. You need to do something late at night, right? So why not this?
Watch us.
We'll be seeing you then. Thank you so much for tuning in. And your final, the Vancouver Volcanoes 122, the Salem Sabers 114. Good night, Bob Pilata.
Beyond the Eye Production.
That's right.